So, what did you get from the film Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3?
Yeah, so I'll start off by saying you are much more of a fan of Guardians of the Galaxy than I am. Um, and you know what? I wasn't convinced otherwise after this.
What?
I it was exactly what it was supposed to be. It was more sentimental. I liked the more serious parts. I liked Rocket's whole backstory and it being so integral to the plot. Um, and the High Evolutionary, I think that was wonderful. I hate what they did to Adam Warlock. That's just
I would
that
agree.
was just that's just awful. That was almost as bad as Modoc. Almost. Not as bad,
I don't
really.
think so. It's
But
not. It's not that bad.
well, see, Modoc was stupid and he looked stupid. Adam Warlock looked fine, but he was just stupid. That's just so far from what he's supposed to be. Adam Warlock was, he's supposed to be, he's space Jesus. He's another one of those Superman-like characters in the comics in the Infinity Saga. He was essentially who Iron Man was in the MCU when it came to the Infinity Gauntlet. I mean, it's such an unfortunate waste of a character. And when they announced who was acting as him, people were shocked. I was shocked. Um, but even in seeing it, I hated it because they told him to act that way. Because he's such a better actor than this, and what they told him to do. Like he's had better roles. It just that every time he was on screen took it out of me. I didn't care what they did to Aisha, the Sovereign. She seemed less put together than she was in the first Guardians of the Galaxy. But I guess it's on purpose, kind of being undone a little bit. I don't care for bad Gamora. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's more of like trying to get her to go back to the Gamora that we knew, but it's not the same Gamora. This is one that never met them.
That's fine. I just wish then she wasn't in the movie, because why was she in the movie?
To have the whole crew back one last time.
But she wasn't. I mean, it.
She was in the film, most of it.
No. She was in it. She was, but she didn't want to be. Nor did I want her to be. If they didn't put her in it, the movie would have almost been the same. And anytime that's true of a main character, they shouldn't have been in it.
I don't know. I guess you could kind of say that for half of the Guardians team.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's a lot to fit in with so many characters. Groot is fine. It's just, a voice. So that's fine. For him to be kind of on the side, that makes sense. Rocket was technically dead for most of the movie, but he wasn't, though. And he's not. It's not a spoiler, but we got his backstory for most of it, which I loved. Peter Quill, he was the same. He was fine. In his depressed moments, didn't care for him as much. But I get why, because they're making this Gamora plotline a thing. Nebula was definitely someone who was a side character, didn't matter to me. But she
was redeeming.
She redeemed her whole story arc, definitely. So that was interesting to watch. That kind of be flipped on its head. But yeah, this could have been on Disney Plus, and I would have been fine with that in a series of short stories rather than the movie. But I understand that's really just me. Like, people want to see this movie. If they would have split it up into, because they could have had Rocket's story be Guardians of the Galaxy Rocket's story, and that could have been an episode or two. And they could have spent the 45 minutes that way. Gamora didn't care to see. Nebula stepping up, go for it. But you know what? I'm probably as done with Guardians as Batista is done. Like, have you seen the comments that he said?
Not exactly, but I've heard things here and there.
Yeah, essentially, he's just like, this is a stupid character. I did it, and I'm glad I made so much money, but I'm tired of being a stupid character. And me too.
Yeah, they really harp on the stupidness of him.
Right, and I don't think he thought it would be as popular as it was. He didn't necessarily sign up for all this.
I mean, hey, you know what the character was. You accepted it. So
He did.
You gotta be it.
You gotta commit now. You gotta commit. And he was having, which of course, love Chadwick Boseman, but he was having that level of regret. He was like, I'm tired of this.
Well, I guess it's like when people see you in public, they see you as that character. Now he's played in a lot of other different things, but
I mean, but going from Batista, and that's it. Like, you only have two names. You're just Batista, and then going to Drax is a downgrade. When what you want is like The Rock, who is in all these movies doing all this stuff. And yes, he's The Rock, but he's still known for being The Rock. He's The Rock in Moana. He's The Rock in Jumanji. He's The Rock in Black Adam. Batista as Drax was Drax, not Batista.
yeah, I mean, I didn't watch wrestling, so I'm not sure how big of a wrestler he was, Batista.
Oh my, he's one of the main people in late 2000s. Batista was definitely top tier, and a household name in WWE. But I've heard John Cena give interviews talking about how much respect he has for The Rock and paving the way for them to become actors in the real time. And that's great. And Batista did great with this role, because it could have been a John Cena or someone else. But he was like, yeah, this is stupid.
Yeah, but what I was saying was, you know how people look at you as that character even outside in public. Maybe he's getting heckled, oh, you're so stupid, why are you so stupid in the movie, stuff like that. Maybe that's a part of it.
He's probably getting heckled by his family and friends, because they're like, oh, you're gonna be an actor now, and look at you, just a stupid gray blob.
Maybe, but I can definitely see it out in public, because kids, even adults, they still look at you as that character, and maybe they're picking at them. Thanks for watching, and if you would like to be featured on our podcast, make sure to click the link in the description.